fact, I am going to have Travis T. Hip intro Barry Melton. Tell me about Barry Melton.
Oh, Barry Melton was, when we were talking earlier about the transition from folk to the electric bands and things, Barry was one of the people who was right in the front edge of that with the first jug band breakouts from the folk music tradition in Berkeley at the time. And he was working the other coffee house in town. So I had blues and all sorts of nasty political songs, and they were up the street with strange political songs and a jug band, man. We thought that was the end of the world. Barry Melton used to work as Blind Ebbets Field, the East River Delta Blues singer.
Did you hear that, Barry?
Yeah. Hiya, folks.
Hi, Barry. Hi, Counselor.
Hey, how's it going, Trav?
I'm hanging in, man, getting regular work in radio. What else is there?
Are you telling those folks about the cabal in Berkeley? Is that what you're doing?
That was, man, when I sold that club, you had to go to the Vice Squad in Berkeley to get a permit to have entertainment. And they were told that the club's name had become synonymous with subversive activities and drug-related suspects, and nothing under that name would ever be allowed to do business in Berkeley again.
Well, I'll tell you, Travis.
They were right there.
I remember one time Country Joe and I were on stage at the Cabal, and about 20 Navy guys had walked in the club by accident. They were walking down Santana Avenue.
Looking for hookers.
And we sang the Vietnam rag, you know, 1, 2, 3, what are we fighting for? And this was, of course, before the tide had turned, you know, with the war in Vietnam. And these guys got outraged, and they chased us down San Pablo. We ran like the wind. And,
I apologize, man. Later on, we worked out a system where the management stood between the band and any critic.
yeah, God, I have so many good memories, though, hearing Jesse Fuller and Lightning Hopkins there.
It was a period when a lot of people in our generation discovered a bunch of music that people had made that had never been famous, like Glenn Miller and the Andrews Sisters, people like Lightning Hopkins and the blues artists, and then there was the political overtone to it when you started listening to Pete Seeger and Woody Guthrie and all of those elements that had been essentially banned from every element of successful popular music and things, and particularly it was radio. Man. Bob Dylan never got played on the radio at all until Tom Donahue put him on.
And that's the truth. I also remember talking about radio. We're pioneers. I remember doing the first stereo broadcast out of the Carousel Ballroom.
Oh, right, with Steve Elvin's murals on the walls.
Yeah, hey, I got Peter Alvin here from Big Brother and the Holding Company. I'm going to put him on.
What is this, Dinosaur Night in Berkeley?
Dinosaur Night in Portland. We're all up here playing in Portland.
Now, Barry, before you put him on, tell us, you do have, the Dinosaurs are a band of, composed of a lot of guys who we've been talking about all night, and you guys are touring, right?
That's true. I'm in it, and John Cipollino from Quicksilver Messenger Service, Myrtle Saunders, is sitting here on the couch right next to me, Spencer Dryden from the old Jefferson Airplane, and Peter Alvin from Big Brother and the Holding Company. And with that, here's Peter.
All right.
Goodness.
Hello there.
Hi, Peter.
Good morning.
Yeah, they're in Portland, I guess, tonight. Did you guys actually play a gig, as they say tonight?
Yes, we actually played a gig.
Now, how are you being received? I mean, you guys are being very well received, are you not?
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, it's surprising, too. You know, I have all these young folks come out to hear a bunch of relics in rock here.
Is it primarily young folks, by the way, Peter?
Yes, well, I mean,
Maybe they just look young.
people 35 years old to be young folks.
That is, they're not your contemporaries, and they were primarily your contemporaries during that era.
Oh, yeah,
They were still
right.
17 years younger than it is now.
No, there's a few people who are our age. They come down off, out of the hills to see us. But for the most part, there's a lot of young folks who wear tie dyes, question marks on their foreheads, and ears are a bunch of earrings all over the place, and
Any
nose
feathers?
rings. And sandals, I mean, hey, just like in Ashbury, 1967. I can't believe it.
Hey, speaking of the '60s, and we're talking Country Joe and the Fish. We've got the tune queued up now. Fixing to Die Rag. Can you roll a little bit of that up there?